What's up, guys? Nathan from High Level Performance, and this week I have got Coach, the man, Big Friday himself, Mr. Benedict Milson. Okay, Benedict, I met Benedict, he coaches down where I coach for the last
3 or
4 months. Benedict's background is sort of Olympic weightlifting and sort of speed and power development. So I decided to get him onto the show just to try and incite some of you younger athletes or other athletes out there into different methods you can be using in your training and maybe the importance of sort of powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting and all the different methodologies and how you can use them to improve your sporting performance. So first off, Benedict, just tell me a little bit about how you got into maybe the sports that you did first and then into coaching from there.
So I played rugby when I was a kid, football and cricket. I was always the quickest and the biggest and the strongest. So that got me into rugby. And then I was on the wing, just the quickest. Everyone said, oh, you should try running or sprinting. Tried sprinting, loved that. This is when I was about 12, 13.
What?
100 metres.
100, yeah?
100, oh yeah.
The only white man on the field.
Yeah, every time. And then I actually, from that, found triple jump, which is
obviously bit of a blend of the running.
Which is what I love. It's you don't have to run for as long, so
yeah, short,
a 30-metre run and then
pure power.
And that's how I got into coaching plyometrics and speed and movement kind of things. And then so I did that for 6 years. Once I came to uni, I picked up weightlifting and put on loads of weight really quickly, and then just loved it.
Yeah, so
I've kind of taken a back seat with the track and field, and then
enjoying more the weightlifting side of things.
Powerlifting, yeah.
Cool. Do you think you'll ever go back to the?
Yeah, 100%. It's the only sport. Triple jump is. I always say to everyone, it's the only thing I'll ever drop weightlifting for.
Okay.
Completely triple jump.
Yeah.
I do intend to go back eventually, but
just having
got some bit more business with weightlifting now.
Okay, yeah. I think once you're invested in something,
gotta
give it.
Yeah, it's only been 3 years, so I'm gonna go for at least 5 or 6. I think.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And then go back to the track and field.
Like I've gained about 17 kilos since then.
Woo!
So
that's a lot of weight. And is that
all on my bum?
Is that like on purpose, or is that just kind of naturally?
The first kind of 10 kilos went on purpose, and then
and then you've pushed more and more.
Yeah.
So what was you weighing in when you
80 kilos
before? So
81 kind of before I came to uni. By the first Christmas break, I was 90, and then now I'm about 98, 99.
So it's a lot of
Trying
weight.
to get up to 105.
So just on that side of things, so for athletes who maybe struggle to put on weight, is there any, since you started attacking, trying to put the weight on, say, and it hasn't come less naturally, what? Just plugging in the calories?
So, in terms of training, I've taken like a backseat on the Olympic lifts a little bit, pushing the power lifts a bit more, so I'm doing a lot of squatting, a lot of deadlifting, a lot of bench press, a lot of upper body stuff. So for me, it's kind of about, with the program itself, before we even get into nutrition, just gradually increasing volume on squats mainly. That's what's helped me the most. And then volume is just, in terms of nutrition, eat as much as you can.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Are you strict at all in terms of what you eat, or do you follow any specific?
Probably about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of rice, a lot of pasta, and a lot of potatoes.
So a lot of carbs.
Yeah. And then with every meal, I try to have some form of protein. I have, in the morning, a fruit and veg smoothie, just to get all the antioxidants and nutrients in, as well as creatine. And then in the evening, I have I have a lot of dairy as well. That's probably not the best. But
Yeah.
I have a lot of milk, I have a lot of cheese, and ice cream.
Hey.
About 10% of the time.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Gotta get the calories in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I think obviously this as well. One of the interesting things on the nutrition side of things is that I know, the body tends to adapt, and I think you get so many young kids that supposedly have these allergies and can't do this, can't do that these days. But I think so much of that has just come through eating a lot of processed and junk foods, and at least.
Yeah, so I've never really had. When I was a kid, it was always meat and 2 veg.
Yeah, standard stuff. The traditional approach.
Yeah. But now if you want to gain weight, you have to eat a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, well, I think
more
so.
than it's comfortable, really.
Particularly for those of people that are harder gainers, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was similar. Like when I was in New Zealand, I was coaching quite a lot of younger sort of athletes. Some of them a lot bigger, and I just mentally I was right. I need to put some weight on. I want to get bigger.
Yeah.
And I just knew it just meant right. Well, I've just got to plug in more food than I'm currently eating.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat a load of chocolate and shit like that, but like as you said, with each meal I would be like, right, more rice, more, you know, another egg for breakfast.
Yeah,
each meal you're just adding on.
That's literally every kind of day or week.
Because I think for those people who are maybe struggling in terms of your weight, like say you want to put weight on, yeah, you can count calories, but for me, I know pretty much that most days I'm eating a similar thing.
Yeah.
So all I know is, okay, well, instead of having 3 eggs for breakfast, 2 slices of toast, I'll have another 4 or 5 eggs, and I think that's a more simple way to approach it.
I've never counted calories. Yeah. I probably never will.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort and time. If you're doing something like, say, bodybuilding or then yeah, I think you need to go to those lengths. But I'd do a food diary if you're someone who doesn't keep to a, you know, if it's all over the place. And
the thing is, I'm so routine with it.
I think that's the thing. I think people like me and you, we've got to the point where we, you know, maybe the dinner meal's slightly different or something like that. But you know, breakfast and most meals are fairly similar throughout the day. Cool, wicked. So, what was the sort of deciding factor of getting into coaching, and then obviously you're doing your degree in S&C, strength and conditioning?
So in sixth form, I'd never wanted to do coaching. I didn't want to do PE at A level. I wanted to do drama. Because my brother went to drama school, I wanted to do that. And I also was thinking about psychology as well. I also wanted to be a public speaker initially, and then go into the drama route through that. Mm-hmm. But my options didn't fit, so I got stuck with PE by chance. Yeah. It was either that or pick French. I never did French ever, so I had to pick PE. Kind of liked it, kind of enjoyed it. Still wanted to do drama or psychology at uni. Yeah. For some reason decided to do S&C. Don't know why. Yeah. Honestly couldn't tell you. Came
instinctive, do you think?
I don't know. I literally don't know. I saw the uni, the St Mary's in Twickenham, the facilities and stuff, and I thought, potentially, I could maybe go down the psychology route later. Yeah. I don't really regret it. I honestly couldn't tell you why I did it. Probably just the allure of all the sports people and the facilities and everything. And then through coaching, I coached the kids when I did track and field at my club, and then I got into coaching. When I started uni, we were kind of pushed to coach. I did that a lot, and then I started. I wanted to be in the police, and I couldn't pass the medical, so it was kind of my second choice career, but it's not something I would. It's not something I would change, to be honest. I wouldn't want to go back and redo it. Yeah, you enjoy it. Quite happy with it. Yeah. And
it's good because you're a good coach to have in the field.
Thank you.
It's good to have you out there. Even you've been working a few months with Benedict. I think it's good to see, similar with V that I had on last. It's always good to see other coaches who are very passionate and actually put a lot of care and time into working with athletes that we actually want to see a change. It's not, most people that get into our field, I think it's not really a money thing. It's you don't get in this field to make money. It's I think if you're doing a good job, money will come. But you obviously do it because you're passionate about helping people. So.
I just get the same high from seeing other people get PBs and stuff in training than I do
doing it yourself. That's awesome.
It's kind of like
if you're a job and you can get such a positive. You know that you're helping other people. It's always good. What advice would you give to any sort of young athletes starting out in any sport? Say, for example, would you if you could go back and give yourself any advice?
Don't be arrogant. I was never arrogant. Don't be arrogant. That's what I see most of the times with kids nowadays. They're a bit ignorant as well.
Okay. Cool.
Just it's okay to ask for advice. I still do.
I agree with that 100%. I think.
Just don't think that you know everything because you probably don't.
Just yesterday, I coached some of the smaller ones, and I say to them, it doesn't matter how good you are, how awesome you are. If a coach doesn't want to work with you because you think you're this number one and you're talking and you're not listening, then you're not going to get anywhere. All coaches, all managers, all staff want people that they can be around and people that want to constantly learn. I think no matter whether you're 8, 9, 10 years old or whether you're 30, 40 years old, if you're constantly showing that desire and commitment to, you may not always agree with someone,
100%.
but I think to take their opinion on board,
at least take it on board.
And then then you can weigh up things. Okay, I like that. Maybe I don't. But rather than just thinking that you know everything, because then no one wants to be around that kind of person.
And you just won't progress to the same level.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to open your mind to the same level of what's available to you. What would you say, as a sort of athlete and competing in sports, what are some of the biggest challenges that you've faced?
My shoulder.
Shoulder. Yeah. Go into a bit more detail.
Born with brachial plexus paralysis. Basically,
big few words.
All the nerves in my shoulder were just ruined. They were just stretched at birth.
From birth.
Yeah, so I was basically pulled up my mum. I was a bit of a big kid. I was twisted as well.
Big kid, big man.
Yeah, and I was pulled out basically, or I had to be pulled out. And it just tore all the nerves in my arm and shoulder. So I've had physio and rehab since I was 2 weeks old.
Really? Shit.
Yeah,
you know that.
Pumping iron from day one.
Yeah, bro.
Day 14. And then
how was that?
So it never affected me in sprinting. Obviously, it wasn't really as big a thing. And then as soon as I started getting weights overhead, it dislocates at will sometimes.
Oh, really?
It pops out. And so it's not really as in powerlifting. It doesn't really affect me. Obviously, at bench, obviously a little bit. But for snatch and clean jerk, I get weight overhead. I have to wear a helmet now sometimes.
Seen the wrestler's helmet.
Headgear. Doctor's
orders. I like it.
Yeah.
Looks smooth.
Yeah, so sometimes it literally just pops out. And at my last competition, it popped out on my first lift, so I couldn't make a total. So it was a waste of time. Well, it wasn't a waste of time, but it was.
You didn't get there before.
Yeah, and it was one I could have. It was the British unis. I could have come second, and got a medal, a national competition I've never done. Obviously, it wasn't the day.
Yeah, it wasn't the day, but there'll be days in the future.
Yeah, but that's why I decided to gain weight.
Yeah,
get some more weight on the shoulders. Try to build more stability.
Stability and muscle.
It's basically just really unstable.
Yeah. But I think that's a cool lesson there for anyone listening. Is that obviously you could have seen that as okay, I'm never going to do. I don't want to do weightlifting, or you could have seen that last thing.
I did for about a week.
Yeah, but then then you come back. I think it's important to. We all have our different sort of thing. Everyone's got their own little thing from whether it's from birth or something that's happened. But I think if you enjoy something and you want to be successful at it, then you got to give it a go and try your best at least to push past those.
Yeah, my advice would be that there's no kind of one technique. You have to adapt it. It's what it is. Really.
Yeah.
You can still be. No one said that. People used to say you can't be over 6 foot and run under 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But then obviously things
have changed now. Things are only impossible until they've been done. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
someone will only tell you something's impossible because they've never done it themselves.
Yeah.
Until that next person comes along and says, "Oh, okay, well, it's not impossible."
Yeah.
And then from there, now everyone can do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then again, each time those new boundaries are broken.
Yeah, and it's the same with. You probably wouldn't expect someone with this kind of disorder to be able to do weightlifting, but it just takes time.
Cool.
Patience would be something.
Patience is a virtue.
I would say.
Yeah,
that's something you need to work on, maybe.
Yeah, I think stuff doesn't happen overnight.
No,
I think the key thing, you see all the elite performers in every single field, whether it's sport and all we see is that end product, So let's say Messi on TV, we only, people see him and think he's a magician, but what they don't see is him as a kid spending every single day and every single hour.
Accumulated tens of thousands.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's something important to remember. Don't look at someone else's end.
Oh yeah,
where they are. I think too many people do that and say, "Oh, I'm never going to get there," or they were born like that. Everyone's got different talent naturally, but I think one of the nothing beats hard work, because I think in our field you learn,
And something my first coach used to say was that if you focus on just getting PBs, the medals will come. and the achievements will come.
Yeah. Keep beating your own.
Yeah, until you're beating everyone.
Yeah. No, I like that. So why, from obviously, let's say for athletes that aren't Olympic weightlifters, what sports would you say it's important for maybe to try and incorporate Olympic weightlifting for?
I think all sports can benefit. Maybe not from the full lifts, maybe just from derivatives. There's no need to do full snatches for any athlete who isn't a weightlifter. There's no need to do full cleans, but things like power cleans. Basically because there's no better way of training triple extension of the hip, knee and ankle. So
you did over any sort of jump training, any sort of...
Like, no, all in concurrence.
Yeah.
If you train at all in congruence, like all the research shows, weightlifters are the best jumpers. They're some of the quickest people, other than sprinters, who are over 10 meters, and it's just because they're so strong in that movement pattern. And it translates over to the rugby field, the football field. Like you don't have to gain like 15 kilos of weight to do it. It's just training speed and explosiveness.
Cool. Obviously, a bit of weightlifting is a bit more technical than...
This is what I mean. You don't need to do full snatches. It's derivatives, so you don't need to get into the full catch position. You could just do pulls where it doesn't actually go overhead. You just pull it as high as you can to your chest and then drop it, and you still get the same training effect.
Cool. Yeah. And would you? So I know I tried initially to teach myself quite a lot of like the Olympic lifts when it started. Well, this was years ago. But, what's your opinion? Do you think most people should get a coach?
Oh
yeah. I'd agree with that 100%. I think it's a very technical movement. Even if you're not doing the full movement, I think.
Yeah, it is very technical. The full movement. I think anyone can learn the derivatives in an hour to some reasonable level where they can actually start doing it. They need constant guidance
and reinforcement.
But you can get a lot done in like an hour with just the derivatives.
Cool. So what? How would a week look like in terms of S&C based? Let's say, for example, you had a rugby guy.
Right. Okay.
What different methods would you use, for example, with a rugby player to try and get him? Let's say we're in pre-season. And you're looking to get him ready for the season.
It would. So one of the big things I would say is specificity is key. If he has, say, he has the same shoulder thing that I do, I'd do a lot more shoulder rehab stuff.
Yeah.
On top of maybe extra stuff. So that the first thing I would look at is specificity, what his goals are, what he needs to work on. For me, it would be. I tend to. If I was to coach a rugby player, I would probably put strength stuff at the start of the week and then blast them at the end with fitness stuff.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, because you don't want to get the...
If I had him like every day and it was kind of like a professional stuff,
Yeah, I think so. I think you want to tend to get the strength stuff first then.
Yeah, I think for rugby, a lot of their fitness comes from actually playing the game.
I think just on top, like when I was in New Zealand, a lot of the fitness we did, particularly coming towards the season, was more game-specific drills. So it'd be fitness, but incorporated in games. So I would do rather than just blasting them up and down the field.
Yeah, I would do a lot of in pre-season. I do a lot of obviously gym work, a lot of rehab stuff as well, and then a lot of short-sided games.
Cool.
Probably, even if it's just touch for rugby players, for example. 5-on-5. Or sevens, just for fitness.
Yeah. I think that's one of the best ways.
Not necessarily on a full pitch, but
yeah, no, exactly. Just get them moving.
And it's rugby specific and it's fitness without them kind of knowing it.
Yeah, definitely. And what's next for you in terms of where do you like to go in the field of sort of S&C or more moving away from S&C? Yeah,
I'm kind of moving away from S&C.
Yeah.
Lost the passion.
More into.
I say that I'm kind of moving in towards being a bit more holistic. And when I first started uni, all I wanted to do was be like top S&C coach for like London Wasps. Wasps now, or the best rugby team, or whatever. And I thought I never want to do PT. That's just going to be kind of boring. But I like the challenge of a mixed group of
People.
People, basically, yeah. So with PT, obviously, you can get anyone. But then I've got a couple of guys I train with who are a bit more kind of competitive.
Yeah. So get that balance, I think.
Yeah. So my goals would be I want to set up a barbell club in New Malden first, but then just keep building the client base for PT and hopefully get some more competitive people in as well. But
Nice.
not exclusive.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the skills that we learn from working with athletes, I think it all topples down.
Yeah.
I think everyone should train like an athlete.
It's
just you're just going to analyse and change, obviously. You're not going to, if someone fresh in the door, you're not going to start hitting them straight on Olympic lifts.
No.
But that might be an end goal. It might be, it then gives them something to work towards. Or
100%.
Yeah.
And then just to be happy.
Nice. I mean, that's number one for everyone in life, to be honest. I mean,
well, this is why I kind of wanted to do PT
happiness
as well,
is key.
because it gives me time I can still train and I don't need to just sit in an office all day. And
Yeah, you're right.
I'd rather just be happy than be, loaded.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, wealth will come through happiness, or well, wealth is happiness.
Yeah, I think
essentially.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Wealth is happiness, I think.
Nice. Well, thanks for coming on, B. We are going to do a little coaching session as well, so check out for the next videos. And we're going to probably try and do a 2-part series. So we'll do some plyometric drills, and then maybe do coaching a few of the derivatives for the snatch or clean and jerk. So stay tuned and check out for them videos. Otherwise, check out some of my other coaching videos. Thanks for watching.